Volunteers. Here comes some cold water. There are no such thing as victims, only volunteers. You perceive yourself as a victim or a survivor. The choice to be used and maltreated is not the aggressor's, it's yours. I am not a helpless child anymore. It was within my control to allow people, or not allow them, to hurt me. As mentioned, when we form relationships, the other person learns what's acceptable to us and what's not. Therefore, we define how we will be regarded by others, meaning we are partially accountable for being ill-treated. We compromise ourselves and subconsciously teach other people how to treat us. We allow people to regard us with respect, or we accept the mistreatment. Any time you allow the people who harmed you to live in your head for free, it's too long. I have the right to protect myself with life adjustments. You must protect yourself, but also forgive. When it's right for you, choosing to forgive leads to a greater well-being and better relationships. It's not easy to forgive, but it's good to forgive. It's worth the struggle. It's a different idea altogether to forget. Sometimes I think it is unhealthy to entirely forget the hurt. Forgetting may be akin to pretending the hurt never happened, and it did. I can't deny or suppress the pain, and doing so would feel like an invitation to be hurt and violated all over again. I won't seek my own exploitation. The greater the hurt, the harder it is to forget. That's realism, not bitterness. How do I not retain the hurt that was caused when I live with the obvious scars? Forgiveness is my response, while reconciliation usually takes two people working together to amend. We don't have to forget in order to forgive. I don't always receive even-handedness after forgiving, but life isn't always fair. I might not even have justice, such as the acknowledgement of the wrong, apologies, punishment, or restitution, but that feeling of even-handedness is separate from forgiveness. Sorry is not a hard word to say, but it is difficult for difficult people who have the warmth of a snowman. Sadly, there is a darker side to human nature, and it's almost reptilian. You have the right to reject relationships with human parasites. The truth is, some people drain us more than we should allow. Many people are out to take advantage of you. They refute wisdom, lie, cheat, steal, and crush the prospect of regaining trust. These unsavory people will sabotage you in a second. They will use and abuse you because they lack a clear moral compass. There is never an admission to their mistakes, and most refuse to express empathy and regret. If you ask for an apology, you won't receive one. There is a staunch refusal to bury the hatchet because of self-righteous pride. There are tangible and foul people prepared to swallow you whole. Listen to your gut. Burn those bridges behind you so that you can't go back to being hurt, and roast a marshmallow on the dying embers. As much as I esteem people, I had to rethink what I thought were people's intentions. They play the game of life with a totally different set of rules than you do. It was difficult for me to conceptualize that I did not have to be best friends with everyone I met. I'm no longer blind to users and abusers. We should always look at the good in our fellow man, but unfortunately, not everyone you meet should be in your life. If it feels intolerable to forgive some people, pray for them. Praying may not change them, but it will change you. I defined my damaged image and renewed it into a bolder amber because I have great worth. I do not deserve to be disparaged and hypervigil in chaotic relationships. I don't warrant unsympathetic and sensitive people bleeding the joy for my life. I am lovable and deserve to be loved. Rebuilding broken trust doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to reestablish or terminate. Trying to deny that a problem exists is harmful and childish. As a result, I might set up some borders and boundaries within a damaged relationship in order to keep it healthy. I continue to make blunder after blunder, but I try not to hurt people and learned from my mistakes. We can learn incredible things about our mistakes when we aren't busy denying them. I try to create a new history, but I am very much a feeble work in progress. I will deal only with the truth and with those who communicate truth, friends and family alike. Both have exploited my kindness. The relationship spirals out of control and out of contact. I have needed to distance myself from the wrong people who caused me injury, especially emotional harm. I have felt it necessary to end destructive and unhealthy relationships, even with my family. I am too weary for drama and bogus crisis. I had to stop and clean my own house before I started to worry about theirs. Letting go is a lesson, and the lesson is letting go. We find well-being in unforeseen places and people. Our ability to deal with the remainder of our world, and the people within it, is crucial to independence and life management. A hope for independence can emerge from understanding that there are other things to live for, if I only tried.